What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for a whole new video review for Power Book 2 Ghost. Okay, this is season 1, episode 10, Heart of Darkness. This is the finale episode. And baby, let me just say this, that okay. Okay, I see how y'all doing this. So we start the episode off with Monet getting pat down. She there with Al. And we see this other dude and he patting her down, all this stuff. She was like, nigga, don't be funny or whatever, trying to pat her and touch her and all that stuff or whatever. She was like, just do your job. Don't even try to pull that funny shit, okay? Checking to see if she got some weapons or something on her. And dude needed to be, what happened to him needed to happen to him because he didn't do his job right. How you pat somebody down and miss the whole gun that was on her, okay? I said, where Monet was hiding that shit at? And wherever she was hiding that shit at, it was so close to the gut, okay, that she was so easily able to get it. You know what I'm saying? This is one of Rico boys, all right? Rico was the one that shot him up the bar last week, okay, and wound up, Drew catching a bullet for the whole situation or whatever. So what I'm assuming is Lorenzo wound up talking to Rico and smoothing out the situation between the family, because Rico said something like, if it weren't for your man or whatever, something like that, got the money back and all that stuff or whatever. So he's sitting there with his little shrimp platter, talking big talk or whatever to Monet, trying to make her feel small, trying to make himself feel a little bit bigger and all that stuff. Talk about some, well, since I know you ain't finna give me none, I got some New York puss that's waiting on me and all that shit. I said, okay, Rico, do what you gotta do. Monet was like, you know what, I'm tired of the disrespect. Pop, okay, came out of nowhere and shot the dude in the neck. Next thing you know, shot him in the chest. Next thing you know, shot him, just killed the nigga, okay? And then we hear another gunshot. Al then killed the other dude that was out there patting down Monet. So at this point, we got this going on. I said, oh shit, Monet. Now we thought that Kane, like Kane said last week, you made me this way. Okay, we thought Kane was a little crazy. I'm sitting here like, Monet, how you gonna get yourself out of this one? Okay. Did we really need to shoot Rico at this point? Who gonna be your distributor at this point? Okay. So at this point, we later see Kane, he trying to bury Ramirez's body. Got it wrapped up in plastic and duct tape and got a chain on it with a concrete cement brick, that's supposed to sink him down into the water. He in some type of marsh or something. You know what I'm saying? And I said, I don't think this gonna work. I don't think this gonna work. He a little sloppy for me, and what made me see that he was sloppy was when the phone started ringing in Ramirez's pocket. Bitch, you got the burner phone. I mean to say, like, you took the badge, you took the gun, and you kept that. But you forgot to check for the burner phone. You forgot to check. Did you even get the wallet? Like, come on. Did you pat the body down before? And it don't even look like he did that because he would have found the burner phone if he did. So he wound up getting it, taking the SIMS card out, breaking the SIM card up, throwing it away. Bitch, I would have just swallowed the SIMS card, okay? I would have just swallowed it. That's what I thought he was going to do, but he spit it out right over there. I said, bitch, your DNA evidence is on that, okay? Girl, I look at forensic stuff, okay? I look at it all, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, DNA, saliva, all right? And so he do what he got to do. Meanwhile, he moving the body, Monet and Al moving them two bodies, and they trying to call Ramirez, and the person that was calling, the reason why Kane realized that the phone was in there, and if it was not for the fact that Monet was calling Ramirez, Kane's stupid ass would have had that body in that water with the evidence on him. The phone, okay, and they would have traced it. They would have traced it back to the Tejada family because of the burner. Just because it's a burner, they still would have traced that number back to Monet. Because as soon as he opened it up, he knew that it was Monet's number, okay? Meanwhile, Monet is calling Ramirez, trying to get him on the phone so that he can help her out this situation. Because Al like, is we gonna be good? Yeah, we gonna be good if Ramirez get back with us. But, of course, he's not gonna get back. This is the one person that can help them out the jam, the person that they need on their side, and Kane fucked it up for the moment by killing him, by letting his emotions get the best of him and killing him. Okay, then we see Diane come pull up, and she asking about him, and of course they don't get no answer, so they finna go to the hospital to go see Drew. Meanwhile, we see Tariq on campus, he running with this nice burgundy suit on. I said, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. It is nothing like a man with a nice tailored suit on, okay? I don't care how ugly that motherfucker may be, facially challenged or whatever. Throw a nice tailored suit on them, bitch, immaculate, okay? Just immaculate and elegant as fuck. But, you know, I ain't gonna give Tariq all that, but he did look good in his little suit or whatever. He rushed into class and all that stuff, and we see Lauren putting up a sign saying that class is canceled. And so, you know, he trying to figure out what's going on. Lauren was like, class is canceled because Professor Reynolds and Milgram, they are, you know, interviewing people, mostly the basketball team, about what happened that night at the pool, you know, because they still trying to figure out who was the gang member that died at the pool, okay? Who was murdered at the pool, you know? And he was like, well, since class is canceled, and we see Everett, Drew's boo, go up in there. So they was like, if class is canceled, because she started asking, weren't you tutoring Zeke and all that stuff? Okay, cool, whatever. You know, if he got something to do with it, fine, that's whatever. But if class is canceled, I'm finna go ahead downtown because he has been subpoenaed, remember, and he has to go to court. And so she was like, you know, fixing his tie. Do you want me to come with you? No, we good. Meanwhile, in there with Professor Reynolds and Milgram, Everett is giving his side of the story of what happened that night when they went out to the club and all that stuff, about how Zeke got jumped and, you know, the dude put the gun to the knee, and then when it said that they was drunk, then you said, I think it was Drew's cousin, Zeke's cousin that knocked the gun out. That's the reason why he didn't get shot and all this shit. And I'm sitting here like, oh, you giving out too much information. All you had to say was, listen, we was at the club. Next thing I know, some dudes jumped Zeke. I don't know who they were. They put a gun to him or whatever, and the gun misfired. That's how come he couldn't do it. He did pull the trigger from what I saw, but the gun misfired. You ain't have to say that you was drunk or nothing, because that's the lamest excuse that you can give. I was drunk as shit. But yet you giving out too much detail to be so drunk, to be 7 drinks in. And then you threw Drew under the bus too or whatever. I was like, what? Everett. And he was getting himself caught up because he was stumbling over his words, and then he tried to switch the subject or switch the dates and say, no, it was Zeke that pushed the gun away, and Drew probably was there on another night. I said, we ain't got no time for this. Meanwhile, Zeke up in the office waiting for Milgram to come, because Jabari said we gonna put a hold to this and we gonna do some other stuff because I got some shit to do in my office or whatever. So they go into their office, and here goes Zeke waiting on Professor Milgram. I said, oh no, what you want, Zeke? So Zeke is there in the office, pissed off with Milgram that she went to the police, or thinking that she went to the police and all that stuff about everything that he done told her, you know, about that night. And he thinking like, if he get pulled into this whole thing with this murder situation, he's not going to be able to get drafted. And he's feeling like, maybe I should tell my family what's going on. Of course, after that visit from Monet, Milgram like, nah, girl, no, sir, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm going to keep it all cool. You know, we ain't even got to tell Santana, because they already made it so that they wasn't going to tell Santana what was being said that particular session that they had. Mind you, when Zeke went into the office and said that he wanted to talk to Milgram, or I should say Carrie at this point, he grabbed her arm in a way that no student should be grabbing on their counselor or their professor, but in a way that somebody that has been intimate or that has been friends or cool with the person would. And Jabari caught on to it. I said, there's the person that your bitch ass then should have been looking at, okay? That's who she's fucking. Not Tariq, bitch. You running up the wrong tree, okay? She up there trying to calm him down, give him a little kissy kiss. I don't know if Jabari really saw the kiss because the blinds was drawn, so they could have been closed, but he could have been one of them niggas that was trying to look underneath the blinds or whatever. But he went back to his office looking up stuff on Zeke and all that stuff, and I said, oh no. And see the picture with Tariq over there sitting with Zeke's family, coming back from the concession stands to sit with Zeke's family, okay? And so after that, speaking of family, Drew is in the hospital. He thinking that, you know, it was Diane or somebody coming back and wanting the nurse to, you know, give him some more drugs, but it was actually Kane. And he was like, nigga, what you doing here? Okay, this all happened because of you. You literally told me, first you said either I'm with you or I'm disloyal, and then, you know, I get shot and all this stuff, and now you here for me. He was like, I never wanted this to happen, okay? This all Monet's fault, you know what I'm saying? Because she chose Tariq over me, okay? She got Tariq coming over here, changing up the business and all this stuff. He was like, Tariq, man, this ain't got shit to do with Tariq. Did Tariq tell you to do this? And did Tariq tell you to go fuck with the guaps and all that stuff? No, that was on you, nigga, okay? And he was like, I'm doing this to protect us. He was like, I don't need you to protect us. We got Ramirez. No, y'all ain't got Ramirez. We ain't never need Ramirez, okay? And you ain't never gonna hear from that nigga again. And so at this point, Drew, who is smart, he put two and two together real quick, even though he needs some drugs, okay? His mind is clear. He said, where Ramirez at? He was like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, okay? And he kind of, the look that Kane gave him was basically like, yeah, he no longer with us. He's no longer amongst the living, okay? And Drew understood what that meant, and he just basically told him to go, okay? He was like, at this point, I can't fuck with you. You know, he was mad that Diane can't fuck with him. He mad that Monet can't fuck with him. Now, Drew, he was like, you brought this on yourself. In a sense, he did, because he was thinking with his emotions and not with the street logic that he really need, and in a business sense that he need to run the organizations. He's too emotional, okay? And we thought Drew was the emotional dude. No, Kane thinking with his emotions and shit, all right? He's a jealous motherfucker. But baby, one of the best things so far was when it's this court scene, okay? So we got McClain and Tasha. We got Saxe and whoever else on the prosecuting team, okay? We got Tamika sitting back there. We got Ott sitting behind Saxe, okay? We got Tariq sitting over there, and we got Riley sitting over there. Tariq turned around, looked at Riley like, bitch, I know what's up. She looked at him and kept looking straight. I said, I know that's right, bitch. You better turn your face to the forward, okay? And so the judge come out, okay, call your witness. I call Tariq St. Patrick's to the stand. And so Tariq comes up there, you know what I'm saying? And he gets up there. And basically, Saxe started going down the questions. Were you there at the night your father was murdered at Truth? Yeah, I was at Truth, but I was only there for a little bit. Then I left. Okay, but your mama showed up. Did you see your mom? Then I see my mom. Flashback to him talking to the mom at the thing. But, of course, we're going to say no because we're trying to save our mom's ass, okay? And so, you know, at this point in time, last week when Tariq had met up with Tamika, he did say that he was going to get up there and he was going to say that he went on ahead and admit the truth that he killed his dad, and it's not because he was a monster, but because his dad was the monster, okay? But see, that didn't have to happen, thank God, because Tariq is smarter than all these fucking adults on this goddamn show right about now. I said, you were at least Saxe and McClain at this point. Bitch, the way Tariq got out of this, I said, never would I thought that I would be sitting here rooting for this little nigga at this point. I'm sitting here like, you did that shit. He turned that, flipped that, and rubbed that shit down, okay? That motherfucker said, yeah, I was at Truth, but, you know, Saxe was like, your mama came up there because Quentin Wallace said that he dropped her off around 10 o'clock. Okay, that's cool, but I didn't see her. But what I would like to know, since you want to ask all these questions to me, I want to know, how did you know that I was at my dad's gravesite and said whatever the fuck it was that I said because I was drugged? And also the person that I saw at Saxe was at Truth was you, and you had a gun. Oh, that got them really up. Like, wait a minute, what? And I was sitting there like, wait a minute, huh? Okay, so now they wasn't ready for this revelation, okay? McClain wasn't ready for this revelation either. Next thing you know, he was like, and you got a video of me at a gravesite, at my dad's gravesite, saying some stuff that I really don't know what I said because I was drugged, something that you had something to do with, okay? You got somebody working with you. Meanwhile, Riley in the audience like this. I said, yeah, bitch, I wanted him to call that hoe out so bad. I wanted him to call her out so bad, but it didn't happen. But he basically said, You got people working with you on this thing and drug me, trying to get me. That's how you knew I was there, because I didn't tell nobody where I was. And then, you know, of course, Saxe trying to be like, you got to answer the questions or whatever, trying to cover his ass. You got to answer the questions. Okay, I'm the one that asked the questions, you answering. The judge was like, yes, but at the same time, Tariq was about to answer the question, but he still flipped it and kept on. He said, if I was so drugged, I didn't know that I was going to be at that grave site. So how the hell did you know that I was going to be at the grave site? That's what I want to know. And then got a video recording of it. And then I can tell you it was a whole bunch of people that was involved in this whole thing. And he looked over there at Davis. And the judge caught that. And Davis caught it too. And he was like, oh, okay. So can we meet up in the chambers for a minute? Oh, the judge was wanting to hear this. And she was like, yeah, let's go. So right when she was about to get into it, you know, come and find out the plan laid out about how Davis and Saxe was working with each other and all that stuff, here comes I. I told Miss Lady Judge to go. Okay, you want to go work down in Ithaca? You need to get the hell up out of here right about now. I said, damn, I got power like that. Okay, he pissed off that they ain't got nobody in the DNC. The DNC and them don't have nobody to put this murder on and to cover Ghost drug organization. Okay, and he found out and put it out there that them two was working together, and then you got outsmarted by this little boy. Okay. And at the end of the day, what wind up happening is they gonna dismiss the charges against Tasha. And of course, Tamika had to come back there and tell Saxe, I told your ass. I told your ass, okay? Had to come back there, tell Saxe about himself, and then basically said we'll dismiss the charges against Tasha if she just say that Tommy Egan was the one that was the head of the drug organization, and he was the one that shot Ghost and killed him, and give off all of that stuff, and then we'll put you in witness protection, you and your family, you and Jasmine, and I think Big Mama, probably down in Arizona, but Tariq can't come. Now, of course, Tasha don't want to go nowhere without Tariq, so she was like, no. Tariq is like, Mom, I'm good. I can be good up in school and everything. It's all to the good. They was like, tick tock, bitch. We got to come on. And so, of course, she went on ahead and took it, but then gonna whisper to, you know, Tariq that I'm gonna get us out of here. We going together. I said, Tasha, that nigga, he New York right about now. He got shit to deal with up here. He can't leave. Unless niggas gonna be after y'all down there in Arizona, they gonna find your ass. And you don't want that to happen, do you? No. So, Lady Guard, they got a hard on for Tasha for whatever reason. The girl is just a bitch. Like, she a bitch to everybody. But I don't know what her issue is with Tasha. She the one that's escorting her out. And then when we come out, it's a whole bunch of, you know, a medium-sized, you know, foray of press or whatever. Because Davis, fame-thirsty ass, then made the press come up there and all that stuff, and Tasha like, I ain't even want this, and she was like, there go my family. He was like, yeah, there go your family. You can go over there to them as soon as you read this statement to the press. Basically, I'm pretty sure the statement had to do something with putting him in there and saying that he the one that got her off or whatever, to put his name out there in the press and all this stuff or whatever. She basically said, listen, fuck that. Thank you for being here. I'm just glad that I'm here for my family and my family is here for me, and I'm out. Deuces, okay? And so, of course, McClain had to come over there and plug himself. You know, we finally got an African-American off and all this stuff. I said, boy, if you don't stop playing, he gonna milk every moment, okay? Every moment. And so, you know, Tasha go over there to the family and she hugging everybody. And when she gets to Tariq was like, you really thinking about running? And she was like, yeah, hell yeah, because she not testifying against Tommy Egan. And McClain put that out there on the TV that they looking for Tommy. I said, oh shit, bitch. Okay, listen, at the end of this episode, Tommy pop up, I'ma scream. But anyway, so I said, no, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. You gonna get your son in trouble and all this stuff. And she talk about something, she can handle it and all that. Girl, no, you can't. Okay, because Monet, mother to mother, Monet crazier. I feel like Monet a little bit crazier than your ass, okay? She shoot people right in front of her sons and her daughters, okay? She don't give a fuck. She taught her kids to be killers. Okay, you ain't do that. You tried to shield, you know, your kids away from the situation. But I mean, later on, I guess you kind of did, but whatever. Moving on from that. So we get up there to Riley come looking for Brayden, stalking him when he get out of class or whatever, trying to talk to him and telling him, oh, well, Tariq, you know, I was up there with at the trial or whatever, and Tariq is not who he say he is, and he knows more about his father's murder. He's a dangerous guy, and I really did love you and all this stuff. Brayden wasn't trying to hear that. He said, well, bitch, you fucked it up. So at this point, Tariq gets a visit from Zeke, who basically put out there that he been trying to get in contact with Drew. He does not know at this point that Drew has gotten shot, and we later find that out from when Tariq meets up with Diana. But he was basically telling him, they got my name, they got Drew's name, and this whole situation that happened with this the body and all this stuff, they trying to connect the dots to that, okay? And this fight that happened, and he didn't even know, Tariq didn't even know anything about them getting jumped or whatever, so he's surprised about that. And he was like, I'm just trying to get in contact with Drew so that he can know that so that his you know that the cops may be looking into him or whatever. And he told Tariq, listen, whatever, I don't know where I'm going. I said, what was with the country accent that he was throwing off? I said, if you from Queens, right? Queens ain't got no accent. See, I ain't never been to New York, but I know New York niggas, okay? And that was a country ass accent that Zeke get your accents together, okay? But basically, he was like, I'm just trying to give y'all a heads up, and you know, your name may be tossed up in this shit too. And this is why I told you why I wish you never would have spoke to my aunt Monet. Okay, so he sends a text message out there to Diane, and he go get information from Diane, and that's when she tells him that Zeke don't know that Drew is in the hospital and what happened to him. And so, you know, he talking about something, he gonna be there for Diane, he gonna protect her and all this bullshit, whatever. And talking about some Kane is going crazy, he out of control, and you know, boo boo blue. And I was like, oh, you selling her false hopes about protecting her and all that stuff. That's cute or whatever. Diane young as hell on here. But I said, look at these little kids. These little kids trying to play grown up so bad. Trying to play grown up so bad. And then, you know, later on, back on campus, Tariq gets a text message from Reynolds telling him to meet him during study hours. Okay, fine. And so Brayden comes up on him and basically telling what Riley said. And of course, he said that he didn't believe her about the father situation or whatever. But his main issue is, now that your mama is out of jail and you don't need all this money for the lawyer, what's going to happen to course correct? Are we still going to do it or not? And Brayden thing is, this is something that he's finally good at, and he really wants to keep it going. And so, you know, him and Tariq got to finish talking about that. So he goes to meet Jabari. Bitch, Jabari has to die. If Jabari makes it to season 2, I'm gonna be pissed, because Power has a way of keeping characters that should have been dead. Saxe should have been dead, okay? Andre should have been dead seasons ago, but you saw how long that nigga last, okay? Look. If he comes to this next season, I'm gonna be pissed off, okay? Because he's doing the absolute most. He brought Tariq up in there and basically trying to question him. The classes is canceled again, and basically put it out there like, listen, bitch, do you know Drew? Okay, of course he say no at first, and then he was like, come on, you ain't gotta lie to me. He was like, well, I seen a nigga around sometime or whatever, but I don't know him like that. He was like, listen, Tariq, I know you be fucking with them, I know that you sell drugs and all that stuff, but what I want to do for you is, you know, I can help you out, you help me out. I want to write a book about you, you know, you be my muse, okay? And what we can do is, I can get the money, and with my advance, we can split it and all this stuff and whatever. I said, oh, so now you want to do this stuff the right way after you done already plagiarized his shit, okay? I said, oh, are you serious? He was like, we can keep this between us and I can help you. I said, no, you can't help him. You're going to help yourself into a grave. That's what you're going to help yourself into. And then here comes Detective Santana coming up in there, and Tariq saying, what's up? And Santana looking at him when he leave. And I'm sitting here like, what the fuck? Jabari got to go. He got to be the next body to drop. Like that, okay? Because he's getting on my nerves. He's getting on my nerves. Bitch, this episode just got good. Y'all know I'm recording and watching it recording so I can get all of the information in for you guys and true reactions, baby. Tasha go over there to see Monet, okay? Listen, she want to see Monet, and tell her, listen, Tariq out the game, okay? Whatever debt that he got, I pay him. I pay you for whatever to get him out. And she was like, no, you Lorenzo ain't finna have that. She said, listen, I ain't talking to Lorenzo, I'm talking to you. I'm coming to you, woman to woman, mother to mother, okay? So they trying to do this negotiation thing, and of course Tasha trying to say what she gotta say. Monet listening, but she not really feeling it or whatever. She said, at the end of the day, you may be his mother, but I own him, okay? That's mine right there, okay? That's business, and it's gonna stay the way that it is. Next thing you know, pop, pop, pop. We hearing these gunshots. Then all of a sudden, Al open up the door and he comes struggling in and boom, falls on the floor because he riddled up with bullets. I said, bitch, who the fuck? Next thing you know, Monet pull out the gun. She shooting at the window. Pop, 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 pop. Okay? And then she go to the window. Tasha even went to the window. Tasha was like, what the fuck? Girl, when Tasha went to that window and I seen that car pull off, I said, I know that ain't the fuck who I think that is. And I seen it in Tasha's face. I had to rewind and I said, bitch, that's motherfucking Tommy goddamn Egan. Okay? Everything's fucking canceled right about now. I knew that shit was coming. Bitch, I said, come the fuck through, Tommy. All right. So at this point, Tasha spooked in the motherfucker. She go over there to see Tariq at the campus, like, listen, we got to get the fuck up out of here, okay? Get your shit. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. We ain't got no time for all that stuff. He was like, what you talking about, mama? Tommy here, he must have saw that I put that press conference or whatever, thinking that I'm finna snitch to the feds, and I ain't finna say shit, but that nigga finna come for us, okay? We got to go. Okay, Tariq was like, listen, let me get some stuff together. You know what I'm saying? I got some money and all this stuff or whatever. I can get some money and all this shit. And she was like, we ain't got no time, okay? We got to go. He trying to calm her down. He gives her this burner phone to call him because he finna, you know, do some situations or whatever. He look at the paper that Jabari gave him that got this number on there. I said, don't even fuck with that nigga unless you about to kill that nigga, okay? That's what we need to do with that one. Meanwhile, we get what's her name? Monet going over there to talk to Tejada, okay? Papa Tejada in the little conjugal visits trying to understand what's going on and why all this heat coming at them. And she thinking that it's because of Kane. Kane this, Kane that, Kane that, or whatever. This is the reason why we exposed and all this stuff. And this is the reason why I didn't want you to kill Rico yet. Okay, you exposed and all this shit. And the person that started this stuff needs to finish it and needs to be the solution, which is Kane. Not realizing that what happened at the bar that time was nothing to do with the Tejada family. That was strictly Tasha versus Tommy. Tommy trying to kill them motherfuckers. That was it. Y'all just got pulled into something that was family business. That was St. Patrick family business, okay? And so at this point, you know, she was like, I don't need nobody. All I need is Ramirez. And he said, it better be that you need Ramirez for this drug situation, and that's it, okay? She was like, listen, all I need is Ramirez, okay? And it was like, you know, go get Kane and bring him back into the family. Meanwhile, Kane up in there fucking some bitch while the niggas up out there. I said I couldn't do that. You know, I couldn't lower myself to be some fuckho while other niggas outside the door listening or whatever and doing whoever. Like, I couldn't lower myself to do that. No shit like that, okay? Girl, he was tearing that shit up, or DC thought he was, until Monet busted in and said, get up out the pussy, climb up out the pussy, Kane. If you know where that came from, you a real one, okay? Anyway, he was basically like, you know, pleading his case and, you know, trying to say he is part of the family. And she was like, we in all this shit because of you and, you know, all this bullshit or whatever. And, you know, talking about Tariq, and she was like, you still talking about Tariq? Tariq saved your sister. That's what he did. What you need to understand is the shit that you brought on yourself is because of you, okay? Now, I need to find Ramirez. He was like, fuck that. He was like, and she said, I trust Ramirez. Tariq more than I trust you. I can trust him, okay? And all I need is Ramirez. He was like, Ramirez wasn't blood, bitch. Monet caught on to that shit quick, and that's reminded me of myself, because I catch on the past tense in a minute. Oh, wasn't? What you mean wasn't? Past tense. And she was like, oh, damn, Kane, you done fucked the family again. I said, shit, now what we gonna do, Kane? The fuck we gonna do? Damn. So, Tariq goes to where Tommy's car is at. And we find out that Tommy is at Cash house, okay, where he's staying at now. Cash, if y'all don't remember, that was Lakeisha, aka Lala's. That was her son, okay? He checking up on him. Bitch, for his intro when he come out on them steps is many man, which death on me. Listen, I said yes. All right. Let me tell you something. This episode got me hype, okay? I am loving where this is going right about now. Please don't disappoint me at this finale. Bitch. So Tariq is basically talking to him. He was like, listen, I told your daddy that I wasn't going to touch you. But your mama, you know what I'm saying? She got another one coming, okay? She know the code to the streets or whatever. She know about the no snitching code and all that stuff. And he was like, listen, but at the end of the day, I had to kill my dad because he was willing to snitch on me for killing Ray Ray and then wanted to snitch on mama for killing Lakeisha. I say, why you say Lakeisha? Because now that ramped up Tommy's memory and said, listen, I got that bitch for that too, okay? And it was like, at the end of the day, your mama got a bullet coming to her. He was like, what if we can all get what we want without any of this happening? And then so we like, all right, what's finna happen? Next thing you know, we see Tasha coming out of the store. She getting in the car. Well, before that, we see Saxe fucking the bitch from the courthouse, okay? I said, you know what I'm saying? I was like, girl, I could deal without this. You know, he eating her out, fucking her, whatever, giving her daddy long strokes or whatever. She was loving it. Okay, she couldn't come because he got a text basically saying that Tommy Egan was out, was back, and Kate's car, his mother, was stolen. So now they know that he's in Kate's car. And so we see Tasha the next day. Mind you, this is what... What's his name? Saxe is doing all of this now because I told him that you're about to resign. You're about to get fired, okay? That's what it was, you know? So he got 24 hours. He said, in my last 24 hours, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Tommy Egan and I'm going to get my job back. I said, so you thought, okay? I said, this is Tommy Egan. He is not about to let you, of all people, catch his ass, okay? When he could have put a bullet in your ass multiple times, okay? But at this point, we see Tasha coming out of the store like she's running errands. We got Saxe in the back seat or whatever. They finna do this little set him up type of maneuver with some other FBI people, whatever. You know, got her driving. He comes up. We see the BMW and all that stuff. She's driving like normal. And then she stops at the stop sign. And then she floors it like Saxe says. And so, of course, Tommy's following after her. But then, you know, he notices that, oh, there's Saxe in the back seat. There's some more cops here. There's another FBI agent there. So he turns around, do all this stuff or whatever, put him on a little chase. And, you know, Saxe realizes that he done lost Tommy, so he wants Tasha to turn back around. Tommy is driving and he plows into some spot. Okay, some construction going on. Next thing you know, we see this big plume of smoke and fire. And it was like, oh shit, Tommy done got blown up. Bitch, I don't think Tommy got blown up. Tommy done jumped out that car before that happened, okay? And he done ran. That's what wound up happening. And then the car truly blew up. So now Saxe really fucked, okay? Because, you know, he was going to use this to get his big win. But it didn't happen because, you know, he thinks that Tommy is dead. Bitch, at this point, you know, Tariq had texted Jabari and was like, okay, yeah, I'm in. We can work together, whatever, but I need an advance on that money, like, right now, okay? And so at this point, they supposed to meet up. And he on the park bench outside, okay? And Jabari was like, I got as much as I could out of my accounts, but could you tell me, you know, how did you get involved in this? And, you know, did you know about the kid that got killed at the park, at the pool or whatever? And he was like, I don't know nothing about that, okay? Bitch, next thing you know, and then he was like, how did you get caught up in the Tejada family and all this stuff, okay? He mentioned Drew's name. Kane overhears this. Kane comes out of nowhere. I said it wouldn't be Kane if he didn't come out of nowhere. He came out of nowhere and shot Reynolds. I said, yes. Okay, but it was short-lived. It was short-lived for a few minutes. I was like, he's still on the floor. Like, he holding his arm like his arm was hit. I said, I mean, I thought he was injured a little bit more because he had blood coming out of his mouth, but he holding his arm like this or whatever, limp wrist-ass motherfucker. Okay, I said, nah, Ken, you supposed to do head shots up in this bitch. Heads and chest shots up in this bitch. Okay, what's your problem? He talking to Tariq. I know you was a snitch. I knew you was a snitch. I'm finna tell Monet and all this stuff. He was like, nigga, I ain't even no snitch, okay? Okay, she was like, this is because of you. You know, we got rid of all the corner boys and switched the business over because of you, and you up here snitching and doing all this stuff or whatever. And then everybody know that Ramirez is gone, and Tariq put that out there, and the reason why he know that is because Diana told him and all this stuff, and Kane looking like, what the fuck, how you know about this shit? And then Tariq was like, you a stupid nigga, basically told him how stupid he was without saying how stupid he was, okay? He was like, you can go back and tell Monet that I killed somebody or whatever, but you still got Ramirez's gun, okay? Why don't you just go ahead and shoot this nigga right here, okay? And they talking so freely, and this how I knew Jabari was about to die. I knew this was about to happen because they was conducting business right in front of this man, okay, and putting out all this stuff, you know, about the business, about the drugs, about the boy at the pool, everything, about Ramirez being gone, about having Ramirez cop gun and him having the dirty bullets, and then him being a dirty cops, and let's just use his gun and all this stuff and whatever. He was like, if I was a snitch, you know, you got Kane got the gun, his hand gloved up, okay. And so to prove, basically, I feel like this was to prove to Kane that he wasn't no snitch. Tariq said, I take it and I, you know, finish it off or whatever, you know, try to get your ass back up into the family. Bitch, at this point, Tariq grabbed the gun by the muzzle and his bare hands with his prints on there. I said, oh, shit. And he even kind of looked at it like, but he did that shit on purpose just to prove a point. Or like, he ain't scared of nothing and he'll take care of the shit. He was like, you sure Ramirez's body is gone? They talking all of this stuff. And I said, bitch, Jabari, take your last breath because you gone, bruh. You gone, bruh. When Kane leaves and whatever, he gonna hide behind a tree, and then just to make sure that Tariq gonna do what he gonna do, okay? Because just in case he didn't, Tariq told him, if I don't do this, you can kill me with your gun. Bitch, at this point, Jabari was like, you ain't, that's a good thing. You're real clever. You're a smart boy. You ain't gotta kill me. You ain't gotta do this. And then call 911. He was like, yes, I do. You know too fucking much at this point, and I was never gonna fuck around with you. You was never gonna write this book. You know too damn much. You doing too fucking much. And he was like, no, Tariq, you just a good boy that got caught up in a bad spot. He was like, no, nigga, I am the bad spot, bitch. I killed my best friend, okay? I killed my daddy. Bitch, I killed motherfucking Ray Ray, okay? That's who I killed, all right? Nigga, killing you ain't shit. He was like, it always come down to my family and a goddamn gun, and I gotta take care of that shit. And I was like, oh, Tariq, do what you gotta do, little nigga. Do what you gotta do, little nigga. Take his ass out. Next thing you know, pop. I said, thank God. Pop. And another one. I said, just to be sure, because sometimes you hit them niggas in the head and they still pop up like zombies, okay? But bitch, he did a second one, and I said, that's put that ass down. I was like, yes. Because I couldn't stand that nigga. I said, oh, thank God he ain't coming to season 2. Nigga, you got yourself killed. That's all we got to say on that one. Bye-bye, Jabari. So we have Milgram opening up a email that Jabari supposedly sent to her, basically saying, you were right, I had things all wrong, can we talk tomorrow or whatever. Mind you, she and that fucking Zeke come through talking about some, you ready for round 2? Zeke is stupid, okay? That nigga's stupid as fuck, all right? But anyway, and Milgram just as dumb. Listen, I don't know what it is. I guess dumb dick is good dick to some of y'all females, y'all women. Y'all let me know how that is, because y'all know that ain't my ministry. I wouldn't, that ain't, because I don't understand it. But okay. Next thing you know, we see Saxe. He clearing out his office or whatever. McClane come up in there and basically offer him a job with him, saying you can you got a lot of resources, you know how this whole office work, and I need you to bring your resources with me, plus you will make a shitload more money, okay? And of course, all you had to do was say money to Saxe, and he was in for the killing, okay? So them two linking up. Meanwhile, Tariq, he looking in the mirror, and he gets a phone call from Tommy. Tommy, of course, wasn't dead, but what he did do, because they think that the FBI think that Tommy had incinerated in that car fire or whatever. What happened is they found 2 of his back molars, okay? He had his molars pulled out and placed in the car strategically, you know? And so this is their plan to get the FBI off his back. Nobody be looking for him no more. Tasha don't have to testify against him or anything like that. And this is his way to save his mama and let Tommy go about his day. Or so he thought. And I'm pretty sure that, you know, Tariq probably kind of figured that something was going to happen, because he do call somebody and he was like, I need your help. And next thing you know, we see Tasha, and she's at the gravesite of baby girl Raina, you know, just saying her goodbyes for the moment, because she and Tariq's supposed to run away. Tariq shows up and notices that Yasmin is not there. Now, Sack said something to her in the car about how, you know, some families be having to move multiple times because the young kids forget their cover. And so she was like, it's best to keep her with Big Mama at this point. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. Yasmin just began pawned off. She been with Big Mama this whole time anyway, so might as well, even when you was alive, okay? I mean, even when Ghost was alive and you was out of jail before, you know what I'm saying? So it's no different. Tariq, next thing you know, we hear the car coming up and the FBI coming in and basically trying to pick up Tasha, saying it was a viable threat, another viable threat. They got to move her now. Tariq had called for them to come and pick her up, and she was like, this the only way that I knew to do it, and all this stuff. And of course, Tasha don't want to let her baby boy go, and that's all she got left right about now, is because Yasmin, she ain't like them or whatever. And so at this point, we see Tommy. Tommy was about to kill Tasha when them people showed up, okay? And then at this point, you know, when they pulled Tasha up out of there, Tommy confronted I was about to call him Ghost. Confronted what's his name, Lil Tariq, grabbed him up, yoked him up, and was like, I almost killed Tasha and all that stuff. He was like, I should have known you don't never let go grudges and stuff like that. And it was like, yeah, I'm going to kill your mama, okay? Regardless of where she at, I'm going to kill her, okay? And next thing you know, Monet pops up, just like Kane popped up. Monet popped up with the gun, put it in the back of Tommy's head. And I said, I know Monet ain't finna be the one to take Tommy out. Girl, please, okay? And took his gun, whatever, and basically told him to get the fuck up out of there, okay? Tariq was like, you know, it is what it is at this point, you know, and Tommy realizing the similarities between Ghost and his actions and Tariq. You killed your father because you didn't like what he was doing, and you said that he was the monster, but you literally are a mini him, okay? He said, well, shit, the next time you see me, maybe I'll be able to be called his name. He was like, nah, but, you know, because you won't ever see me again or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, Tommy leaves, and then Monet and him look at he gives Monet that money that Jabari gave him, and they were squared away for that moment. And then they looking at James' headstone, and she was like, you really killed your daddy? And she said, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then when Diane had pulled up in the car, I think Drew was in the back seat too. And then Monet was like, come on, let's go. The family's waiting. I said, oh, so he really replaced Kane for real now, okay? And then at this point, the closing words, Tariq looking down at the graveyard, at the headstone, whatever, and saying, he said something to the fact that you may be gone, but ghosts never die. I said, bitch. The finale was good. These last 3 episodes was good. This second half of the season was good, bitch. I cannot believe the fact that I was on the fence about even reviewing this because it was Tariq. I was like, I don't want to sit here and look at a whole season with Tariq because he got on my nerves so bad doing Power, the original. And come to find out, I actually am looking forward to season 2. Bitch, y'all fucking made a faithful viewer out of me, bitch. I guess I'm gonna have to finish watching and reviewing the whole trilogy and all the shit. They about to put out the trailer for Kanan, okay? Y'all already know I'm gonna be reviewing that too. And when Tommy come out, I'm gonna review that too. I don't know too much about the politics shit because I don't care about Tate and Saxon and all that shit. But Tommy and Raising Kane, oh yes. Oh, yes. Okay. But y'all tell me how y'all felt about this season, how you felt about this season finale. And I will see you guys later. I stayed up late to do this. That's how into it I was. Because usually I would have did it when I woke up the next day on Sunday. Bitch, it's 1:35 in the morning. Okay? Listen, and I'm hyped for it. Okay? It was good. It's good. Anyway, you guys enjoy y'all night. I'll see y'all later. Peace.